out the wings, Harris and Barton. Bol is out there with Jokic, and it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Lakers, Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Anthony Davis is out there with JaVale McGee, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the point. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired up.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Now, here's James.
Hit me, I'm open.
Shoots over Barton. The 9-footer's on the mark.
Yeah, not many are finishing better than LeBron James around the rim. Too strong and too good.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. He dishes it to Barton. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jokic inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And it's Jokic missing. To the middle. Here's Davis. And he lays it straight in.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Green against Harris. It's stolen by Green. Down low and finished off by Davis.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Bol, following the bucket by the Lakers. Clock at 6. Up top, Barton. James covering, and that one's good, Barton.
I don't think that bothered Will Barton in the least, just rising up and knocking down a pressure-filled shot.
Fades and shoots, and James with the basket on the assist by Caldwell Pope. LeBron's got his second basket of the night. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Mike Malone gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And, of course, his staff focused on its game plan against LeBron James. Who can score, who can pass. He's an entire offense unto himself. They know it will take a complete team effort to come out on top. We'll see how they do, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Jokic. Davis with some nice D.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but
there he goes.
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Now, here's Bol. Pass to Jokic. And the shot goes in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Murray against Caldwell Pope. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 6 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
The drive by Jokic. Chalk up 2 there.
Big man powering to the rack. Doesn't happen much in the league anymore, but Jokic is showing us why it's still effective.
Passes it to Davis. Over Jokic. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the bucket by the Lakers. Harris outside. Three-pointer. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
His teammates cannot be happy with him, guys. He would have been better off resetting the offense and looking for a better shot opportunity.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
Here's Bol, following the bucket by the Lakers. For a 3, Murray, and Davis pulls it down. Caldwell Pope on the wing. His three-pointer's off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 12. Murray with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. McGee with the block.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection. Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their two bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends. All right, the coaches are going to ask you to stay in front of LeBron James, but seriously, you want to get in front of that?
Murray finds Jokic, and here's Barton. James covering. Back to Jokic. Barton against James to end the cold streak. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Well, a little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass and not quitting on these possessions.
Here's James, and he finishes nicely on the layup. LeBron's got 10.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Murray. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Now, here's Bull. After the miss from JaVale McGee. Here's Bull. Barton surveying the floor, trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Caldwell Pope outside. There's the pass to James. Dishes it to Davis. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Fifth on the list, JaVale McGee.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Harris outside. Pass to Jokic. Murray outside. Back to Jokic. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Murray. Good season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 18 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's putting in the effort, and you can see him getting better with time.
So many little things that you have to learn to grow as a player. He's just going through a bit of that process right now.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. When it comes to hustle and effort, who would you put on the floor to get those 50-50 balls that are just so important, and sometimes, with the win or loss in the balance?
Man, I watch Kawhi Leonard, and even though he's a superstar player, there's still some efficiency in his action to go and get that ball.
He just never stops.
He never stops. Yeah. And so, yeah, he might not get dirty, but he doesn't have to because he outsmarts everybody else to get to it. And we have scrappy guys like Marcus Smart and Patrick Beverly, who we've talked about as being nuisances on the court. But, those guys are invaluable to any coaching staff. And when they have those kind of plays, it just gets everybody going and brings a level of energy back to the game.
It does energize it. You're exactly right.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now here's Murray. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game. The drive by LeBron. And finished off by LeBron.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. J.R. Smith picks one up. The Nuggets shooting their first free throws of this game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first but misses the second.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. And stolen by James.
Who's got LeBron?
Here is Cook. He's covered by Murray. And it's Cook missing.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And Murray, here we go. And yes, it's good.
Surprising quickness. Murray bearing his head down and just sprinting to the rack.
Los Angeles leading by 20. Cook, the pass to Howard. He kicks to James. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And that's 17 points for LeBron.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Murray outside. The Nuggets get it back in a new 14. Here's Millsap. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, even though Paul Millsap can spread the floor for you, that mid-range jumper is becoming a weapon.
LeBron outside, and they double up James. Out to Smith. And the 3 off target. The Nuggets trail by 21. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for the Lakers. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. Cook, the pass to Howard. Back to Cook. Lobbed up there for Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
I think that's Dwight Howard's favorite play. He loves going up for the oop. Outstanding chemistry between him and his teammate there.
Craig kicks to Millsap. Murray outside. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. 4 on the clock. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Smith, the pass to Cook.
Get there.
Pass to Howard. Goes back up, and the layup is good. Howard's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Murray kicks to Plumlee. Back to Murray. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. This one for 3. Drills it from outside. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Kuzma, and he goes right over Mason Plumlee and slams it down.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Lakers shooting their first free throw tonight.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And pushing it up, here's Denver. And again, Denver with the triple.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. Back right after this. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like, that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamonos. And, guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Jeremy Grant. He's out there with Paul Millsap. Murray out there with Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2 guard. Poke loose. Just 5 to shoot. From the top of the key, and too long on the shot.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Caruso, the pass to Smith. Bounce pass Howard from 11 feet away, and Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Howard. Kuzma's got his second basket of the game. Murray surveying the D, and stolen by Howard. Here's Caruso. He's covered by Murray. Passes it to Howard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brent, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide player,
Superstar,
but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to
Take a break.
be playing
Take a break.
against. During my
2
era,
shots.
most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. He doesn't get the second one.
Hard to deny many of the skills that Dwight Howard brings to the floor on a nightly basis, not just a force on defense, but has those nights on offense where he can be imposing as well.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
It's Millsap with the drive.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? no longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Two shots.
First free throw is good.
I think publicly Paul Millsap has been underrated, but if you talk to people around the league and those people in the know, what he did at his time in Atlanta certainly was something that garnered a lot of attention as a versatile power forward who could play some defense, a self-made player in this league.
Both free throws good for Millsap. Now here is Smith. And the pass to Caruso. Now Morris. Pass to Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Caruso. Launches it. And it's Denver with the rebound. Millsap's got his 5th rebound in this one. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Danny Green, he's checked in for Smith. And Denver with a change here, too. Bowl, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. And here is Los Angeles now. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Here's Caruso. Barton defending. The Lakers working the ball around now. Caruso, no good. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Nuggets. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. And that one's good, Caruso.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now Harris. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Just 4 to shoot. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And Denver with a change here, too. Jokic, he's checked in for Grant. Jokic passes to Barton. And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go.
Well, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Here's Jokic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
And Jokic slams it in.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Green kicks to Davis. Passes it to Caruso. The floater, and that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. James checked in for the Lakers. Three on the clock. Some solid defense from Harris. The Nuggets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to go on Markieff Morris.
Yeah, Ball with the unique combination of height and skill. That's a challenge for any defender. And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And talking about Bol, his dad, Manute Bol, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're two completely different types of players. Bol's game is about skill. He can handle, he can shoot. And for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him, 1 for 4 shooting.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The drive by Jokic. The rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside, Green. The pass to Morris. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Davis. And it's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. The Nuggets, number 1.
Yeah, that was a huge factor for them a season ago. Their ability to attack the offensive glass and then convert those into second chance buckets. I mean, no one did it better.
Barton dishes to Harris. It's Barton on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Barton passes to Bol. And here's Harris from the arc. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
LeBron staying on the attack here. He knows when he can take over the game. It's whenever he wants to.
Harris outside. No good from outside. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. Kicks it to Caldwell Pope. Pass to LeBron. And it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Barton outside. Pass to Bol. Barton with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Here's Bol. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, inside, Bol does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Quinn Cook comes in for Green.
Shooting 1.
And that one falls for Bol.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
Here is Cook. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Davis. Good defense by Jokic. Denver shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively to say the least. Barton against Caldwell Pope. Barton outside. Shot clock at 6. Jokic kicks to Barton over Davis. And again, Denver no good.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And here's Barton.
No shot.
And stolen by James. And Davis now top of the key. Here's Caldwell Pope, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one. Harris outside. The pass to Jokic. Here's Craig, covered by LeBron. Harris, good.
Oh, the confidence that Gary Harris is playing with right now, he is ready to shoot once that ball touches his mitts.
Cook, the pass to LeBron. Three-pointer. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
Here's Jokic. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Davis with it. Now defended by Jokic. And they double up James. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 5. Lays it up off the glass. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points here in this quarter.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Now here's Barton. He's guarded closely. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
It's pretty obvious right now the defense is not comfortable with Barton taking those shots. He's remarkable at drawing fouls when he's on the floor.
Brent, on both ends of the floor, Will Barton is an effective spark plug for this team.
Yeah, he can fire you up out there, Kevin. He can do some things, obviously, defensively to get the team going and igniting the fast break. And then offensively, I know Mike Malone might not agree with all of the choices from Will Barton, but when he gets it going, it's an extra spark for this Nuggets squad.
Pass to Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Two.
Free throw good, Murray. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles.
Jamal Murray continuing to play with a fearlessness.
Smith's shot is good.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, there's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Here's Barton. Millsap trying to get open. And that one's good. Barton's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Smith finds Howard. Here is Cook. Floats one up, and it's good on the lay-in.
When a player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard them and where your point of commitment is.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Smith against Murray. lets it go.
Like the work from Dwight on that play. Some good attention on that defensive possession.
And so it's Los Angeles, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. Their defense has been active and effective. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 21 points, 4 steals, and 2 rebounds. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
What's clear so far is LeBron's combination of power and athleticism is still largely unmatched. Whether he's operating with the back to the basket, driving, in transition, his physical superiority usually wins out.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by James.
Yeah, something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Green, and it's McGee in at the 5. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Here's Jokic, and Davis sends it back. And it's Davis with the jam.
Now, I know he doesn't have to get up real high, but that time he did.
Pass to Jokic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jokic has got 12 in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And the bright lights of L.A., perhaps too much for some players. But you know what, Greg? Not for LeBron James.
This guy thrives in the spotlight. The Lakers crafting a roster to satisfy his championship ambitions. Off the court, the City of Angels perfect for maximizing his business aspirations.
And he makes the first.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
And both free throws, good for James. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
Man, his dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Caldwell Pope outside. James with it, now guarded by Murray. James dishes to McGee. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Davis kicks to Caldwell Pope. Clock at 4. Over Murray. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Caldwell Pope's got 10 points in the game. Murray against Green. Puts it up. Trying to get open is Davis. Denver with a new 14. Jokic. And Davis sends it back. Outside, Green. Back to Davis. The 11-footer misses off the right iron. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. Barton, no luck. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. There's the double team with Bol. And it's McGee with the jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Barton passes to Murray. Passes to Jokic. And Davis pulls it down. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. For the 3, slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Now the shot's still a work in progress. Anthony Davis has great touch and needs to keep shooting it with confidence.
At the elbow, Jokic. Murray against Green. Here's James. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Murray. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Davis.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Mm-hmm. That's good from Green.
And such an important contributor to his team's success over the years. It's amazing that Green was a second-round pick and coming out of a big school at that.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Morris comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Alex Caruso in for Caldwell Pope. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Denver. Michael Porter comes in for Will Barton. Both free throws good from Green.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Murray, good.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
James against Grant. LeBron kicks to Green. Here's Davis.
Oh, man. Is Davis competing in the All-Star Slam Dunk contest? I give him a 48.
And there's the pass to Jokic. Looking to end his cold spell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
So he gets them both. You know, Greg, Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
For Los Angeles, they have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
Shooting one.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And the trade for Anthony Davis a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Harris finds Jokic over Green. The shot, no good. And the Lakers going the other way now. Here's James, and James throws it down hard.
LeBron putting the ball down on the deck. You just can't stop him when he goes straight to the rim.
Murray outside. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. To the paint. Stolen by Grant. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Green with the block.
Well, if you're going to make that offensive move, it's important to know where Danny Green is. One of the better shot-blocking guards you're going to find. Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work.
Murray outside. Porter, no luck.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
They need this. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's Murray laying it in. Murray's got 7 now in this quarter. Here's Caruso, guarded by Porter, out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Nuggets. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Murray, good.
The D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Here's Caruso. He's covered by Grant. Caruso, the pass to LeBron. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Again with the block. You've got to have a better effort against him.
Sending back everything.
Here's LeBron, and he slams it down right on top of Michael Porter.
LeBron James, here's the report, Kevin, still athletic.
Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. To the inside, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Davis against Jokic. And the turnover again by Denver. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. You take a look at Green, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
And they double up Davis. Here's Caruso. Misses the three.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Murray right side. Shoots. Jokic trying to free himself up. The kick out to Porter. Over LeBron. The Nuggets with another miss. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Caruso, the pass to Davis. And stolen by Murray. Here's Jokic. Offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Great showing for him last season. He's averaged 20 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
And he knocks down the first one.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Howard's checked in for Davis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Morris. J.R. Smith's checked in for James. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Green. And then for Denver, Mason Plumlee's checked in for Grant. And it's Torrey Craig in for Harris. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in.
Howard! Don't leave JR open on the wing.
Smith on the wing, guarded by Porter. 6 to shoot. Over Porter. Here's Howard. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And you like him to be a little bit more dependable on these and-one opportunities and see that free throw percentage go up just a bit, but fending off the defense and showing them who the big man is.
This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
And that one falls for Howard. Denver's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Millsap, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Nice take from Millsap there, forcing the defense's hand, literally, on that drive.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And from the line a season ago, 73%.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Millsap. Both free throws good for Millsap. Here is Cook.
Get down, Howard, get down!
He feeds it to Howard. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Murray. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one away.
Cook, good.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to Plumlee. Murray outside. And it's in there. Murray's got 12 points now in the quarter.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Smith against Porter. Lobbed up there for Howard.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Denver's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Now here's Millsap. Tight defense on him. Inside. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Craig's got 6.
Well, you overreact to Paul Millsap. Good job of him staying patient and then finding one of his open teammates.
Here's Howard. Plumlee with the rebound. Denver's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Porter, solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Just so tricky with that little floating jump shot. Porter has a great feel for when to let it fly.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here is Cook. Pass to Kuzma. Good work defensively by Millsap.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Foul. Elbow. 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. The Nuggets making a switch here. And he's good on the second. Here is Cook. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We've got more in store for you right after this. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So it's the Lakers now. So on the floor for Denver, Millsap and Plumlee are playing up front. Then there's Monte Morris, and it's Craig in at the 3 spot. Kuzma kicks to Caldwell Pope. Passes it to Howard. 6 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Now, here is Morris. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
The first one falls. No good on the second free throw. The Lakers shooting has been just fantastic, around 65% tonight, getting exactly what they want when they want it.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Here's Morris, and it's sent back by Howard. Smith feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to Howard. Kuzma, right side. Just 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And it's Cook missing.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Daniels.
Even though Millsap draws the contact there, he does an incredible job forcing that one through the hoop.
Cook kicks to Caldwell Pope. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. They get the rebound. Howard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
And Howard selling the up fake there, but not the worst thing to send him to the line.
For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Denver's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Here's Millsap. McGee with the block. Caldwell Pope on the wing. And Howard with the stuff.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Morris right side. Pass to Craig. Daniels with it. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got his 6th rebound on the night. Cook looking it over. The dish to Caldwell Pope, doubled by Plumlee. And McGee kicks to Smith. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Tips it up, and Howard with the second chance points. Howard's got 11 in the second half.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Passes it to Millsap. Over Howard. The rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 7 rebounds in the game. Smith the pass to Cook. And a miss there on the triple.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Morris dishes to Daniels. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot
which is everything shooting, free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit, like, well, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind. And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
They double-team Howard. He kicks it to McGee. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. And that's now 11 points for JaVale McGee.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Morris right side. To the inside. Millsap inside, working on Howard. And that one's good, Millsap.
Well, great concentration from Paul Millsap there. He's used to having to score on difficult shots around multiple defenders.
Here is Cook, covered by Morris. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. And the Lakers with some changes. Morris is checked in for Howard. Avery Bradley comes in for Caldwell Pope. And Rajon Rondo subbed in for Quinn Cook. Denver also making some changes. Vonleh comes in for Plumlee. And it's Grant in for Paul Millsap.
Don't leave Bradley open.
And stolen by Vonleh. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Porter's checked in for Denver. Floats one, Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Morris against Rondo. The wide open look here for Vonleh. Offline with his three.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why. Still, I expect him to make one of those.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Here's Morris. And he banks in the layup.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Now Rondo. Morris outside. Back to Rondo. And the shot is good.
And this is why Rondo's teammates love to run and play with him. Fearless as a competitor and terrific at scoring in deep.
The pass to Porter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation. And the medical red flags for Michael Porter Jr. caused him to slide to the Nuggets in the 2018 draft. 2 back surgeries in less than a year. An injury suffered initially in his sophomore year of high school. The risk is there, but if his body holds up, potentially a star in the making.
Denver's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Morris passes to Grant. It's Vonleh atop the key. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Kuzma against Morris. Pass to Porter. 4 on the shot clock. And the shot goes in.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Rondo bounce pass. Here's Kuzma. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Two.
Free throw good, Kuzma. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And the Lakers making a change here. Howard's checked in, so he picks up just 1 from the line that time. But obviously some good players have taken less money for a chance at a winning championship situation. That's made some rich teams even better.
Well, you have to appreciate a player in that regard, thinking that the financial gains that he could have somewhere else and playing for a team that's not capable of doing what it is that you're trying to do, and that's win a championship, that they've decided, look, it's not about that for me. What it is about the experience of being around a team that elevates itself to being the best team in the league. And if you're fortunate enough at the highest level, Kevin, as a basketball player, to be around a championship, that experience sticks with you for a lifetime. So you do appreciate guys looking for those opportunities to be around a championship.
Morris looking over the floor, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Grant. Just 3 to shoot. Morris with the ball, and it's Howard picking him up. Kuzma with it. Pass to Howard. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Yeah, there are some games where Dwight just dominates the interior without much effort. He fills it up close to the basket, this time doing it in a hurry.
There's the lob to the hoop, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
He is a great leaper for his size and gets off the floor so quickly, sneaks behind the defense for that alley-oop.
Morris outside. Right side Bradley. Off the mark from 16 feet out. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what
Yes.
Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly.
Two.
And the first one drops. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but
has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Dwight Howard. Porter against Rondo. From the stripe, Porter, no luck. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Bradley. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Daniels from outside. No good that time. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.